Hello everyone and welcome to another video of Heroes of the Storm, and today we are going to sort heroes to tiers according to their potential, the level of focus and skills needed to play them, and their fulfillment to their role. And please notice that this is the Cassia patch, so without further ado, let's get started. Now please notice that I divided tiers into four. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 and Tier 4. Now let's start with Tier 1, and Anubarak is the first hero we're gonna add on this tier. He's a good counter versus mages, of course thanks to his spell armor, and he has two incredible ults. He is an awesome initiator, make him a very strong pick. Also Dihaka, his global presence and the ability to soak for the team and then join fights whenever he is needed, plus the ability of soloing a lane and having a really strong stun and pull, all in all, is just amazing. So yeah, he's powerful and is deserving Tier 1, of course. Now Diablo can really CC a single target for very long, and he's so tanking and has two good heroics, plus the ability to come back from death really quick, helps his team quite much. ETC, even after his nerfs, I still think he is the best tank in the game, especially that he has the ability to lock down multiple heroes with his ult for so long when done in the right moment, of course. His basic abilities also helps him be the best tank in the game. Also, we're gonna put Gul'dan in this tier. His damage is really annoying and can really compensate for the lack of damage in any composition. His heroic is a game changer. So yeah, he's very powerful. Is the best mage, I think, in the game right now. So yeah, he deserves this position. Karazim. I think Karazim is really underrated and is one of the best heroes in the game, simply because he is the most flexible hero in the game. I mean, you can deal a lot amount of damage with him, and you can save your teammates with a clutch heal heroic, that is Divine Palm, and he is so mobile, can burst heal multiple heroes at the same time, and has spell armor if you need it. So all in all, is a terrific hero to choose. Now Lucio, the mobility of this hero and the mobility that he offers for his team is unique and can really do amazing amount of healing. Plus he has the shielding heroic to save his teammates. Not to mention that he can constantly deal damage. So yeah, he also deserves Tier 1. Ragnaros is a battle mage, melee assassin. His ability to deal large area effect damage is very annoying to the opposite team. Also, his trait, Molten Core, can really be precious in maps like Infernal Shrines, Brax's Holdout, Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Haunted Mines. So he's a very strong pick, even if it was a first pick. So definitely Tier 1. Now Tassadar, although he has been nerfed, but I think he's still flexible, and his flexibility and the ability to fit in any composition is extremely valuable. Also Vala, very high damage output, and her basic attacks are really frustrating to tanks and frontliners, with two good heroics and an escape, making her a safe pick always. Now Varian. Now a lot of people say that Varian is not one of the best warriors, which is I totally disagree with, because his lockdown ability through taunt and charge, and his protection through using parry, makes him an absolute beast and hard to kill, actually. So definitely is a Tier 1 warrior. Okay, now we're gonna talk about Tier 2 heroes. Now Tier 2 doesn't mean that they are weak or they are specifically weaker than heroes that are in Tier 1, but they are more map specific and more chosen according to the composition or the enemy team's composition. First hero in this tier we're going to talk about is Arthas, and he has been receiving a lot amount of buffs, and he made his way back to the meta, and he is now is the counter of all melee heroes because of his Frozen Tempest. He has an invaluable route, which is Howling Blast. He can solo a lane and soak for the team, and he's excellent in team fights. Plus, he can take a lot amount of damage, so he's tanky. So, definitely a powerful hero. Now, let's talk about Volstad and his global presence. I mean, heroes that have global presence should really be precious in this game, because the ability to soak in one lane and then join team fights is really good and really a big advantage over any hero. Also, Volstad has amazing damage. He's like a mage, but he's not really a mage, and he has two valuable alts. And I definitely prefer the Gust because in all situations you need something to disengage with and save your teammates if something wrong happened. So yeah, Volstad tier 2. Now Jaina is a mage, have an excellent burst damage, and can slow enemy team. So that's a CC. Also has the Ring of Frost, which is an amazing ult and game changer. Kael'thas, also a very good hero, has an excellent amount of damage. He has the Gravity Lapse, which can hold heroes for a good amount of time. He can be countered, yes, but the thing is that he has his Living Bomb, which can really spread between heroes and really can deal a lot of amount of damage of it. So yeah, I would definitely place Kael'thas in tier 2. Now Li Ming is quite strong. She can blink out of action, let's say, if she wants to, and she can deal a lot amount of damage and is so annoying with her pokes. So yeah, she's also quite powerful. Lunara, excellent poke and an amazing amount of damage. Malfurion also is a very good support. The reason I didn't put him in tier 1 is because his heals is over time, and he has no way of saving his teammates through burst healing them. So yeah, I think this is definitely a drawback for this hero. Medivh, on the other hand, can really save his teammates. He's a siege hero. He's not a support, but he works as a support. He can shield his teammates to get them out of trouble, with also portals. Now, so that's really a good thing to have in a hero. Now he has a really high learning curve. He's not easy to play with, but once you know how to play him in the right way, he has a lot of potential in him. So I would definitely place Medivh in the tier 2. Muradin was and is a good tank because of his ability to absorb damage. He has high health pool. He has Avatar as his ult, which is amazing. Murky, now I know a lot of people will disagree with me on that, because they will say, okay, Murky is the tier 3 or tier 4 hero, which I disagree with. Why? Is because the ability to get back from death really quick is an advantage. You know, he can really be very frustrating to the opposite team, trying to kill him always, try to prevent his pushing through lanes, and once he gets in level 16 talents and level 20 talents, he's more difficult to kill. So yeah, I would place Murky in tier 2 where I think he should be placed. Now Nazebo has an excellent poke damage. Um, he is or might be the tankiest out of all siege heroes, maybe arguably with Asmodan, but I think Nazebo has a lot of potential with his spider build. Raynor, I don't know why people always place him in tier 3 and tier 4, but I think he works something like Tychus. But Tychus is more efficient versus tanks, yes, but once you complete the season marksman on Raynor, he's an absolute beast, and his ult, Hyperion, is an AoE damage that really can be a game changer and win the team fight for the sake of his teammates. Sorry. Now Rhaegar. Rhaegar is better than Malfurion in my honest opinion. He has burst heals. His ancestral healing is one of the best ults in the game. So yeah, he's a powerful pick and can really fit into any composition. Samuro now, okay, I get why people hate Samuro. He is very weak early in the game. Yes, I know he is very weak early, but if you build him with Master Illusion and on level 20 he becomes a beast. I mean, he can be present in all lanes with that build. He can dish a lot amount of damage and really secure kills for his teammates. His illusions become more strong on level 20 that almost deal the same amount of damage, and I heard a lot of people complain about Samuro when he first was released, and I don't think he has changed much, but I don't know why people hate him, but yeah, he's weak early game and he's a beast when he gets to level 20 and really can carry the team. Sergeant Hammer, I don't know, but in simple words, she has constant damage to deal with in team fights and in lanes, which make her a powerful pick, but not in all situations. Mostly she needs a double frontline warriors in order to secure her damage dealing abilities. Sonya made her way back to the meta and absolutely one of my favorites to play. Her leap ult should be considered with the Wrath of the Berserker. I mean, Wrath of the Berserker is also good, but when you know that there is Li Ming or Kael'thas dealing damage from far away to your teammates, you might consider Leap, because I think Leap can secure kills combined with the Ancient Spear that can really increase the amount of stuns that Sonya can do. Her Whirlwind is awesome and can make her survive, if not interrupted, for so long. Tracer is quite annoying. That's about it. That's about it. What I'm about to say about Tracer, she's very annoying with her harassment. Let's say she's an ambusher and can really burst squishy heroes down really fast. Tychus, he has been nerfed, but I think he still holds his place as a tanking, melting hero. Tyrande is underrated, and I think she should be placed in tier 2 because she has two strong ults, but Starfall is the most is the most strong ult out of the two, because it really helps your team compensate for any damage lack in it. Her ult build is quite amazing. You can reveal an area where the team where the enemy team is, and still also deal a lot amount of damage when you are very far away from them. So yeah, she has stun also. Zul has the best route in the game because it's point click. His E is very good. He is the best lane pusher in the game, and he has two powerful ults. Zarya, shielding warrior. She's unique. She has very good ults also. She can do a lot of amount of damage. Sorry, so yeah, I would definitely put her in tier 2. Now Zeratul is very hard to play, but his potential is quite big, and I would definitely put him in tier 2 because he can really burst squishies really fast. Zul'jin, I'm putting him on tier 2 just because of his Dustingo. Is really quite annoying and is hard to deal with. Yes, you can stun him, but he's not a frontliner, so you'll have to go deep into the enemy team's line in order to do that. So it's quite hard. So that's what makes him a good hero. Artanis, I would put him in tier 3, but his phase prism is quite good, let's say. Not great, but good. If you can pull heroes to your backline to deal damage with, is quite strong. Now Cassia, I don't know much about her, but she can deal a lot of amount of damage. I saw her dealing a lot of amount of damage, and her ult that bouncing balls that deal damage constantly, and on level 20 it becomes an infinite bouncing, is I think is a game changer. Now Greymane is a melee and a range hero at the same time, and he's bursty and he can poke for a lot, so that makes him a really strong pick. Now let's talk about tier 3. I think heroes placed in this tier is not weak, but they require more focus and more skills in order to have their full potential for them. And let's take Abathur as the first hero in this tier. He's arguably the hardest hero to play, but I disagree with that. I think Illidan, the Lost Vikings, and Zeratul are very hard to play with right. I mean, also Kerrigan, also Alarak, but yeah, he has a really high learning curve, and doesn't fit all composition. That's why I put him in tier 3. Now Alarak, if you miss his silence, then you have nothing, and as escapes, I don't think you have much. He's a powerful hero, don't get me wrong, but I still think that there are better choices overall. Oriel is so depending on her teammates, like very depending on her teammates, which makes her really weak in the wrong composition, or let's say not in the wrong composition. Let's say if your teammates doesn't have the ability to deal that much of damage, you don't heal for much, and then you're just doing an average healing amounts. Her ults are very good. Let's say her crystal is good, but the other one that revives heroes after they being dead, I don't think it is a good ult, and that's why I'm putting her in tier 3. Asmodan, well, I've really hesitated to put him in tier 3, not in tier 2. But yes, he has an extraordinary pushing capabilities. He can really dish a lot amount of damage to the opposite team. And his draining ability that drains health from you is quite annoying. But he is easy to kill. He's not squishy, but he's easy to kill. You can body block him easily, and if he's stunned, then he's in trouble. So yeah, I think he plays in tier 3. Brightwing, although he has the global presence advantage, but I still think he falls off massively with healing, because he heals over time, but when you need to burst heal someone in your team, you use blink to reach him, and if that guy is in trouble, you'll also be in trouble because you're next to him now, and you'll be either CC'd or burst down real quick. Yes, he has the polymorph, and yes, he can increase the movement speed of your of the hero, but it's not quite enough, and I think it really hurts this hero that he doesn't have a safe burst healing ability. Chen, he's not necessarily weak, but he lacks CC. He's a good counter for heroes like Lunara, maybe Vala also, but he needs a certain composition to work with, and is not a strong pick in 75% of the situations. He's not. Chromie, one of the best burst damage dealers in the game, but is so squishy, and so many heroes can counter her, like Zeratul, Illidan, even Tyr can really start annoying her. The Butcher, Greyman, even Vala, which is not a melee hero, can really hurt her if she comes close in range, and really have a high skill curve. So yeah, be placed in tier 3 is the most appropriate thing for her. Cho'Gall. Now, I don't want to be distinguished with my sorting for heroes, but he really doesn't fit in tier 4. He's not a bad hero. He's not a bad hero at all. He just not need to be picked in all situations. Like in big maps, he is bad in big maps, but in small maps, he really can accelerate with the right composition and in the right hand and in the right communication between the two players that are playing the hero. So he is not a bad pick at all, but needs a lot of focus and a good communication skills. Now Illidan, my second favorite hero in the game and the second most played hero in the game. He's quite hard to play with well. I mean, it took me like 120 games to know really what this hero can accomplish and what is he capable of, and when to engage and when to disengage, and what what talents you should take on certain situations. So I wouldn't say he is weak. He's not weak. He's quite powerful, but he's very weak against CC heroes. Like if you are being locked down by ETC or by Varian, and you can be burst down in seconds, in fraction of seconds, you can just explode if you're not paying attention with Illidan. So yeah, Johanna, I don't know why people pick her quite much. She is tanky, yes, and she has self-cleansing from roots, yes, and from slows, but I don't know. I just don't see her as a powerful pick at all. She has blinding capabilities, but her damage output is quite low even for a tank. So I don't know. I just don't feel that she is a strong pick at all. She is if like an Uberak is not available, and maybe ETC, Diablo, even Artanis are not available. So yeah, maybe go for Johanna. Kerrigan, really hard to play with. like really hard to play with, to the extent that if you miss your combo, which is the pull and stun thing, nearly useless. You should really land them in order to get the full potential of that hero. Morales, kind of like Oriole, she depends also on her teammates, and she doesn't have burst heal. She has the healing over time. Her ults, I wouldn't say her ults are very valuable. They are good, but not quite good enough for support. Probius, I don't know much about this hero, but I know that his kit needs time to be placed and are easily destroyed. I don't know. He can't deal a lot amount of damage, and he can't heal. Sorry, he can't aid his teammates with his abilities in team fights much. Rexar is an excellent solo laner, but that's it. Like heroes like Zeratul and Valeera can really counter him really good, although he has his flare. But I don't think he survives much in team fights or do the fulfillment of his role really good as a bruiser or as a tank. So yeah, Stitch is so reliant on his hook. I mean, yeah, I watched Dignitas playing with him along with Tyrande, and because they were very good at him, they won. You know, so he needs a lot of focus, and your skills with his hook should be out of the roof in order to get his potential. Now, Sylvanas, I know a lot of people will say, what the hell, Sylvanas should be in tier 2 or tier 1 even, but I totally disagree with that. She's very squishy for a siege hero. She can push lanes, yes. She can take towers by her own, yes, but she won't be left alone. Stealth heroes can really hurt her and stop her from getting the full potential of that hero. So I definitely be placing her in tier 3. The Butcher, so weak versus CC, and can be burst down and really get hindered. So yeah, he's not powerful at all. Even though I am seeing his winning rates getting up, but in the right against the right team, he can't do that much. Thrall is I really hesitated to put him in tier 3. I should put him in tier 2, but I think he falls massively now as of damage output. He can't really do much damage because he's a melee hero that, yes, he has self-sustain, but he no way has defensive capabilities. So yeah, I think he falls off as a melee assassin, and needs to be reworked. That Tyrael is not weak at all. He has sanctification, which is good, but you need the whole teammates to work around that. I mean, when you cast sanctification, all of your teammates should know that you are going to cast it in order to get benefit from it. He can poke, not by much. He can't deal much damage, so he falls quite a bit as a tank or as a bruiser. Uther, simply there are better support and healers in the game, and I don't know why you should take Uther. Maybe against Sissonia, or I don't know. He's not quite powerful. Valeera has a really high skill cap. You should really know when to engage and when to retreat. She can burst hero down really fast, yes, but she's powerful at early in the game, but not quite powerful when she is in level 20. There are certainly more powerful assassins than her that really accelerate at level 20. Now tier 4, those heroes are, yes, I would consider them weak. And let's start with Leoric. Leoric has no CC aside from his tomb. I don't think he should be tanking alone, of course, and I don't know why would anyone wanna pick him unless it's against maybe Cho'Gall or Diablo. I don't know. I don't think he brings much on the table. So yeah, tier 4. Lily, yes, she has the blind, and she can really lose the enemy team the melee damage that they can output. But I don't see her making her way to the meta. I just feel like other supports are just better than her. Even Uther is better than her. Nova is just bad. I mean, I don't know what Nova can bring that other assassins can't bring. Burst damage, I don't know. Valera easily replaces her. Zero Tool is 10 times better than her. So yeah, she's weak. The Lost Vikings need a lot of focus and a lot of map awareness in order to accomplish their job. Also in team fights, I would say they are very weak in team fights. Yes, they can soak for the team, so the team can rotate as 4 and get kills and so on, but I think at level 20, nothing those 3 can do much for your teammates. So yeah. Zagara was a good hero. I don't know why she falls now massively in the meta, but I think it's simply because there are better siege heroes than her. She can be easily killed, and she is quite powerful at the early game, but she doesn't have that potential at all. Gazlo is the same. I don't know. I don't see Gazlo make it in the meta. Also, we don't see him in tournaments now more often. I maybe saw him 2 times in 2016 Global Championship, maybe, I think, and that's it. He doesn't have a unique thing to bring to the table. So yeah, this is the tier list. Cassia patch. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please let me know what you think about this sorting that I made, and please make sure to subscribe, and as I said, leave comments if you want. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.